Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB, your sports guy. I'm being joined by my good friend, never at a loss of words. You can catch him on Crescent City Sports, the one, the only, VK Jones. VK, my good friend. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, Mr. 007? I heard you the new 007 coming up, man. Congratulations. And also I heard you the Keith Sweat of karaoke, my brother. So how are you, man? Good to be here.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, making the big bucks with this 007 stuff, you know what I mean?
Hey man, don't forget the little people, bro. I need me a new truck. So that's all I need, brother.
Hey, bro, I got you covered, man. You helped me out with so much, man. You got that when that happens.
Appreciate
Oh,
it.
everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. Later on in the show, we're gonna have the head coach of the Dillard baseball team, Trennis Grant, join us. But to start the show, we have the head coach of the Xavier baseball team, Coach Adrian Holloway. Coach, how you doing?
Hello, man. I'm doing well. Doing well. How are you guys doing?
Very good,
Doing
coach.
great, coach.
Appreciate you having us on, taking the time out and everything. This is a special weekend coming up, not just for your team, but for Dillard. It's a lot of history going on, and it's a good time for it to have it, especially for Black History Month.
Absolutely.
Coach, I want to start off with this. I see that you were a coach at Selma University for 6 seasons, and I'm just impressed with the accomplishments that I've seen. Um, 6 consecutive national tournament appearances, World Series appearances in 2019, 2018, 2014. Number one power rankings twice. Number one ranking also. Talk about your time at Selma University.
Well, yeah, man. My time at Selma University was a very special time. I tell people all the time, man, uh, God works in mysterious ways and everything works according to his plan and in his timing, right?
That's
So
correct.
Selma was God. God's timing, God's purpose, me finding my purpose, me realizing baseball was my ministry, right? A lot of people know that my father is a Baptist pastor. So growing up, everyone's always, "Oh, you're gonna be a preacher. You're gonna be a preacher. You're gonna be a preacher. Are you gonna be a preacher?" And it's like, nah, that's not my thing. That's my dad. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm deeply spiritual, and I always talk to my guys about having a relationship with God and living right or whatever their religion is. We welcome it. You know what I mean? So I'm a spiritual person, and we just try to help people with in that on that side of things, also outside of baseball. But just being in Selma, man, just being at home and um, being able to build that program over again from scratch, and developing into a small college powerhouse was a special time, man. We basically had nothing. Picking up rocks off the field with our hands, mowing our own grass, painting our own lines, fertilizing our own grass, growing the grass, so that I mean, just everything, really grassroots, and to be able to bring kids from all over the world into Selma, Alabama, was special for me, because Selma is home for me, but Selma is so historic. So
Right?
we were able to bring kids from other countries to Selma and teach them about Dr. King, to teach them about the Edmund Pettus Bridge and civil rights and Black history. I mean, Selma, the time at Selma University was special in so many ways. We could sit here and talk about it all night. But to sum it up, man, just being at home, around family and friends, and being able to build something that special and have that much success at such a small school with little resources, and it's an HBCU, um, was very special and near and dear to my heart. And like I said, there was also a time in my life, that's special to me because it's where I found my purpose in life. Where I could say I found my ministry and my purpose, and why I do what I do. And if you go back to Selma, it kind of will paint the picture and give you the reason why I am here today.
Xavier decides to relaunch his baseball program in the year 2020. They hire you as the head coach. Why did you want to come to Xavier?
Well, number one, we have the saying that why not Xavier? I mean, for me, it was a no-brainer. Because number one, the academic prestige of the university. It's a very prestigious academic institution, and they're very high on academics and and excellence. And it's an HBCU, so aligning those two and with my purpose and my visions, it was like the perfect match almost. And honestly, when I got the call, it was a reporter called me about it. I must give this man his props, because he's covered me my entire career, and he's been very great to my career and vital. Mr. Michael Coker from the Black College Nines. Michael Coker called me about this job and said Xavier was going to start a baseball program, and I should apply. And instantly, I was like, well, because I had just built the program at Selma. And in my mind, I wanted to move on to maybe, something different, not another rebuild. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so it was kind of like, okay, yeah, I'll look into it. And, as I always do, man, I sat down and I prayed on it and I talked to my father about it, and God began to reveal some things to me. And I realized that, my visions and what I stood for, was a perfect match for Xavier. We're talking about academics, you're talking about producing excellence, and striving for greatness, and helping kids find themselves and helping them better their lives, and create new legacies and stuff like that. So though my vision and that and Xavier was just a perfect match, man. And I did my research, and like I said, everybody knows Xavier. So once I sat down and thought about it, prayed on it, I was like, yeah, this is the perfect match, and it was a no-brainer.
I would like to know, how hard was it, or how easy was it to recruit players to come play baseball at Xavier when Xavier decided to relaunch their baseball program?
There are some challenges. Of course, with everything, there's a challenge. You know what I'm saying? With everything new, there's a challenge. But honestly, it wasn't really that hard because the university sells itself. I mean, for the serious student athlete, the type of athletes that we as coaches want, I think the parents and those students themselves like the challenge and the academic opportunity that we can offer them. And that's why I always tell people all the time, we offer a very unique situation where we can give you the best of the world in academics and athletics.
Mm-hmm.
There's a select few schools that can do that in the country, whether it's D1, D2, NAIA, whatever. And we hold our own academically with any school in the country, in the world. So that's a unique opportunity. So for the serious student athlete, that kid that could play D1, that has the grades to go D1, we can get those kids because we offer a D1 education, and we're in a major city. We're in a media hotbed. We're in a big market, so we can attract those kids. It's all about selling. It's all about how we sell. Our program and our resources and what we have to offer. That's why I tell people all the time, I'm looking to build something special here. I'm looking to build something great here. We have the resources. We have the great academic programs. We're in a great location. Who wouldn't want to live in New Orleans for a few years, and get a great education, and live on that beautiful campus at Xavier, at One Drexel Drive. I mean, it's a perfect match for us to do something special with HBCU baseball.
Before I pass it on to VK Jones, we had Coach Williams and Coach Browder on the show when they were about to play Dillard University in basketball. They play every year in that rivalry. This is the first time Xavier and Dillard are playing each other in baseball. Talk about the significance of this game.
Well, it's monumental. It's historic. Whatever adjective we can use. Like you said, it's Dillard versus Xavier for one, the crosstown rival. So it's a big deal, regardless of if we can play horseshoes. It's going to be a rival. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's Dillard Xavier. It's going to be big regardless. So add on the fact that it's Xavier's year 3 with baseball revitalized, and it's Dillard in year 1 of a program in existence ever. Then that just makes it monumental. You know what I'm saying? And adds a lot of intrigue. And it's a rivalry, man. And even though Dillard's never had baseball, we're only in year 3. Trust me, it's a rivalry. We want to beat them. All right. I know they want to beat us, and so it's real. So you come out tomorrow, 5 p.m. You're gonna see a show. Saturday, 12 p.m. Come see another show, and hopefully the X-Men will come out on top, man. But it's gonna be fun, and it's Dillard Xavier, man. It's always gonna be fun. It's always gonna be a rivalry. It's great for HBCU sports. Definitely great for HBCU baseball. And just looking forward on building on this thing, man. Looking forward to seeing both programs being successful in the future.
Coach, I got to tell you, I know the rivalry runs deep in all sports. This is definitely big time new with baseball right here and everything else. And first of all, what are your thoughts on Dillard starting their program and for them to go through the challenges that they're going through, that they really truly don't really have a home field like you guys, but then on top of that, sooner or later, another program is going to emerge. HBCU is going to emerge in baseball as well, probably a year from now. That's Southern University in New Orleans. Can you tell us your thoughts on Dillard's challenges and hopefully that they have a future in any kind of facilities, or not just that, your thoughts on the future of Xavier, because I know down the line, maybe you might be playing somewhere closer to the campus.
Yeah, I mean, we sympathize with them on that, because it's tough not having a home. You know what I'm saying? Like we were blessed to be able to partner with Major League Baseball, and they help us out a lot by allowing us to practice and play at the Academy Stadium. And Dillard has been practicing there as well. So we just wish them the best in their future endeavors on, finding a home field or whatever. The city is just limited though. I know when I first got here, the space was just limited, for us to even, build the stadium, to erect a new stadium from the ground. We really don't even have the space. So it's a challenge, it's a challenge. With all things come, some challenges, some, but, wish them the best, man. Wish them the best. Like I said, it's great for HBCU sports. It's definitely great for HBCU baseball, for them to have a program and to be in existence, so we just wish them much success in the future and into building their program,
Absolutely, and it's amazing that all three schools are going to finally get baseball. This is epic for all three of the institutions. Now, I've been through your challenges. I've been through the challenges you went through at Salma when I was at SID over at Coleman Community College. That the baseball program had to do basically the same thing. Had to had to make sure the grass was cut, had to pick up rocks, had to make sure they get their own line. They had to make sure the fences were straight. And there were times that they had to move games to Memphis, Tennessee, or close to Memphis because of bad weather or the field being bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, with the stadium And with something else, when the baseball stadium is there and the softball field's right next door, like literally around the corner, right next to each other. So it's unbelievable when you have maybe a day when you have baseball team and softball team playing on the same day.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of challenging itself, and I empathize and understand what you went through at Selma, because I kind of went through the same thing. And big shout out to former CCC head coach Lee Hodge. He went through a whole lot to try to get recruits in. I ain't gonna lie, he had a not bad program, and he really had them competing in probably maybe the toughest conference of all HBCUs. But I know Xavier is in a tough conference in itself too. Hodge been after year number one, getting to the national championship tournament, to the championship game, that you had to adjust in the Red River Conference.
Yeah, man. The Red River is a tough one. It's probably one of the top NAIA conferences in the entire nation. Um, you know, a lot of people will arguably say the Sun Conference is the toughest, which is home to Southeastern, um, and down in Florida. And Florida Memorial is also an HBCU that plays in that conference. So that's arguably the toughest conference in the nation. And so the Red River is considered right next to that conference as well, like one of the top conferences in the nation. When you consider top to bottom competition, you got the LSU Shreveport, who's consistently a top four, top five team in the nation, makes the College World Series every year, every other year. The LSU Alexandria's, Texas A&M Texarkana, Louisiana Christian University. Who else is in there? We have HBCU in there also. Hudson Tillotson, Jarvis Christian. I feel like Texas College is in the conference. Another HBCU.
University of Southwest, I
Yeah, then
think.
you have Southwest. The other schools that rounded out. That are really really tough teams. University of Southwest and all the way in New Mexico. Then we have Our Lady of the Lake University in San Antonio, Texas. I mean, you're talking about every weekend. Oh, then you have University of Houston, Victoria. All those teams will compete in any conference in the NAI in the country. So every weekend is a dogfight. Every weekend is a dogfight, and then each weekend you may be facing the nationally ranked opponent as well. So we see a lot of good pitching. Guys can swing it, and there's a lot of fundamentally sound defense. Not a lot of errors made in the conference. So it's a lot of pure baseball being played at our level in our conference. So, every weekend is pretty much like being in the playoffs, and it's that intense. It's that tight, that close. I mean, we were in several games last year. We won a few Friday night games by 1 point. We lost a handful of Friday night games by 2 points, 1 point, 3 runs. You know what I'm saying? So, very, very competitive, tough conference. Definitely one that will have us prepared and ready to compete for the Black College Nines HBCU National Championship this year. And honestly, we feel a little bit burned. We feel a little bit disrespected that we didn't get in last year to the HBCU World Series. So my guys definitely have a chip on their shoulder, and we're coming in hot this year. We're fired up. My boys are fired up, and we make it through this tough Red River Conference. We're definitely going into the HBCU World Series with a chip on our shoulder and a point to prove.
So let me ask you this question: with that scenario alone in itself, does the HBCU national tournament maybe start at the same time as your conference tournament?
It's actually right after we finish conference, like maybe
Okay.
2-3 days later. We would leave conference and maybe go home for a day and then shoot right to Alabama the next day or two.
And I'm kind of surprised they didn't give you a call, especially after the first year when you got to the championship, to try to get back. But at the same time, here's a interesting situation for you, and here's a scenario. Looking at your schedule, you do have some of your top teams coming to New Orleans this year, so that's a big thing for your team.
Right
Now, what if a good thing happens that your team has a good record, has a good seed going into the tournament, in some way, somehow, you guys, Xavier University, wins the Red River Conference tournament,
Mhm.
you get a berth in the NAIA. What you can say about that more than anything else that you guys get a berth to the national tournament instead of the HBCU tournament?
Well, that's the goal. That's the goal. That's what we're working for. That's what we're here for. I mean, that's our goal. I mean, so we're looking forward to that. And it's kind of lined up where we could actually participate in both. So yeah. So it's actually the schedule is set, so we actually could participate in the HBCU World Series and the NAIA opening round.
Wow, that and
Amazing.
that
That's
and
amazing.
that happens. That's probably a first time feat in the history of any college or HBCU to compete in two different postseason tournaments.
hmm Yeah. So it's set up. It's set up for that. You know what I mean? So, um, it very well could happen. Like I said, we talk to our guys every day about winning the day. It's one day at a time. You know what I mean? A lot of guys, like I said, a lot of guys feel a kind of way about being overlooked last year. But we always preaching to them that, hey, man, it's one day at a time, one game at a time. We have to make it there. We have to prove ourselves. We have to show people we deserve to be there. And, you know, and like I said, man, we play in one of the toughest conferences in the nation. Definitely one of the toughest conferences out of any HBCU. And, you know, should we have gotten overlooked last year? I don't think so, because we were probably in the toughest conference out of every other team that was selected other than Florida Memorial, you know. But hey, we're back, got to prove ourselves. We didn't prove ourselves last year. That's what I told our guys, we're going to look at it. You didn't prove yourself last year, you know, and we didn't get selected. All right. So what you going to do about it? We're not making excuses. We're not crying about it. We're coming back this year with a chip on our shoulder. We're trying to come back with a vengeance to show people, hey, you made a mistake. Now this year, we're going to be there, and and prove a point and let it be known. But like I tell my guys, one day at a time, and we just got to get the job done. No excuses. I always tell my guys, hey man, this is the real world. They don't want your excuses. They only want the results. So we got to go out here day in and day out, compete in the Red River. Um, our main objective is to win the Red River and make the NEI opening round. Um, everything else is a bonus, is a plus.
I will ask you one more question. I'm going to let Jared finish it all. Before I say the question and everything else, I think you're right. You have a very, very tough conference in itself, and you're in a very tough conference, and also Florida Memorial and also CCC, despite it is a 2-year college, which I kind of got really jumped on some people. But at the same time, I tell them, go look at Last Chance U and look at the MACC conference and how many national champions that come out that junior college.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling you,
Exactly.
I keep telling people why you think CCC is in the toughest. We play in the SEC of junior college.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's almost when you go against East Mississippi in football, you're basically going against Alabama.
Right. And
So
and and nowadays, you know, your junior colleges and your NAIA schools are getting all the D1 kickbacks.
there you
So
go.
so the level of competition is really, really different. You a lot of people, will tell you now that NAIA ball is pretty comparable almost to NCAA Division One, depending on the conference. Because the teams that shoot, the Sun Conference is loaded with NCAA D1 transfers. It's a few schools in the NEI that hadn't even recruited freshmen in the past 4 years. The team is completely top to bottom NCAA D1 transfers, top JUCO transfers. I know some NAIA rosters that have at least 10 90-plus arms. There's some D1 programs that don't have 5.
And a great example,
True.
Loyola University. Look what happened last year. They got to the College World Series in itself, which
Yeah.
will have Loyola's coach soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to ask you this before I send it over. Give me your best player. That's one of your veterans that come back, your best pitcher, and a freshman that steps up for you this year.
So you said my best player and what?
Best player that's probably a veteran that can help you lead, your
Okay.
best pitcher, and a freshman
Mm-hmm.
that's going to help you step up this year.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll say my best returners. It's got to be 2 guys. All right, Cortland Posey, our all-conference left fielder. I mean, he's just a dude. I mean, he's going to hit. I mean, Cortland, I've seen Cortland hit everybody in the country last year. Or the past 2 years he's been here at Xavier, and he comes from East Central Community College in Mississippi. Great JUCO baseball, top-notch JUCO baseball. So the kid is prepared. I mean, he's been a baller his whole life. He's just a true ball player, and he's a leader. And like I said, he hits anybody in the country. So Cortland Posey is definitely one of our leaders this year. We go as he goes. But we also got to have a big year from De'Aaron Davis. De'Aaron Davis is probably our best professional prospect. I mean, his intangibles jump off the screen at you. I mean, the guy can run a 6'2", 6'3", 60. He pulls down 95 from the outfield. He hit 2 home runs in our opening day game. One was opposite field. I mean, then he almost hit another opposite field bomb off a bag leg because he was cramping. So he almost hit another opposite field home run off one leg. And, so the kid is just naturally super athletic and gifted, God-given. He's our leadoff guy. So as he goes, we go as well. He's a tone setter. So I say Cortland Posey and Darius Davis. Those are our 2 leaders and position players. They're going to carry us on the field and at the plate. Pitching, again, we're doing a lot of things by committee this year because we're a young team too. So we have a 6'7" JUCO transfer, Juan Gonzalez, he's our Friday guy right now. So he's our number 1 right now. He comes from Coffeyville Community College in Kansas, another great JUCO program, out in the Midwest, great JUCO ball, from Dominican Republic. So, is what he's been doing his whole life. 6'7", great size. It's going to be low and mid-90s fastball, good command. And we have a returner in Joe Simeon, a lefty, sophomore from Barb High School in Lake Charles. And we have another returner, Nigel Mayfield. Kid is from Hawaii, played JUCO at Nunez. So those are my pitching. We're going to, like I said, it's going to be by committee, got a decent little staff, but we got to put it together. We got to put it together. And then I say freshmen. Oh, man. I had 2 freshmen up the middle, so I got to go with 2 more. I can't just pick one. Got to go with 2 more. So my shortstop, Elian Dudamel, is from Venezuela. And Eliam is, he's electric, but he's young, and we just got to keep all that in a line and make sure it develops properly. But he's going to be a great one if he continues to develop. Then we have a freshman from Lafayette, as in Cohen Boyd, that's second base right now. And so, those are our 2 freshmen, that probably is going to have to produce a little more than anybody because they're in 2 key spots and they're starting. But it doesn't look like the pressure is getting to them, right now. It's like, they're just having fun and just going out there and balling out. And that's the environment that I try to create. I think that's why I've been blessed to be kind of successful so far. And, number 1, God has blessed me. God has guided me on this journey for 1. But, second of all, I think we create environments that are conducive for young men to grow and develop. Environment that young men can feel comfortable, where they can receive the knowledge and develop at a certain pace. So I think that has helped us in developing and being able to play young kids early, because we create a really good environment where guys can develop and feel comfortable and go out and just play and be themselves, they know if they mess up, I have one thing: if you mess up, you better look good doing it. So, so I think, guys can come in, in our practice environment, we blast music through our practice. It's fast moving, it's fast paced, a lot of drills, like I said, it's a lot of development. So every day is kind of like a little spring training. So I think that a lot of kids are having fun. They're getting a lot of work. They're getting a lot of elite level work, and they feel comfortable and they're enjoying it. So I think that gives us the benefit to be able to play young guys, because they're developing at a faster rate than some normally would, maybe.
Coach, we will get you out of here with this last question. You just said that you have a young team. How important is it for your veterans to show leadership skills to those who are just coming in to play baseball at Xavier University?
Man, that's extremely important. That's one of our talks. It's one of our points every day as well. Accountability, um, holding your teammates accountable, and allowing others to hold you accountable. Accepting criticism, accepting constructive criticism. You know, no back talking. You know, respecting each other. Because when you respect each other and you love each other, I tell my guys every day that I love them, and the respect and accountability comes from, like you said, having that genuine love and respect for each other. Now I can receive you telling me, hey man, you need to tighten up, or hey man, you need to pick it up, or hey man, come on, you're making too many errors, bro. But we can receive that from each other when we see that, hey, he cares, you know what I mean? Like, all right, it's coming from a good place. Now I can accept that criticism. I can be held accountable. I can hold other people accountable because it's a brotherhood and it's a trust there. And but that's very important. That's why I always talk to my juniors and my seniors, because I brought a handful of guys from Selma University with me because they shut down sports there, and so a lot of guys didn't have anywhere to go. So I brought a handful with me, and so those guys have been with me for a while, and they know how the program flows, and they know how I operate. And so I always tell them, hey, you guys really have to be the ones that's going to talk and that's going to step up and let these guys know how things go. Let them know the results from this right here, because we're here, we're new at Xavier. You've been to 3 World Series at Selma. You know what we're doing and how it works. You've seen the outcome. So speak up, be a leader, hold these guys accountable, especially the young guys. Hold them accountable. Let them know the journey that you've been on. Let them know the successes that you've had, so they can see the vision that we're building here at Xavier. Because I feel like here at Xavier, definitely it could be big. It could be 10 times bigger than Selma. Like we built Selma into something special. But I mean, here at Xavier, man, I mean, this could be the Mecca. This could be the Mecca for HBCU baseball. I mean, like I said, it's a great destination. There's the academic institution, the campus. I mean, this could be something special, man. This could be something special. Like I said, we have a partnership with Major League Baseball. If that continues to go well and properly, I mean, this could be something special for a lot of people. For a lot of people, not just for Xavier. I mean, this, Xavier could bless the city of New Orleans, the state of Louisiana, with this. What we're trying to do, the way we're trying to do this, man, it could be something special. I mean, we're now implementing technology into the program as well too. So we're trying to be elite. We're trying to take it to the next level. I mean, we've got blast motion going on now for our hitters. Well, we have the pitch comm where we could relay our pitch calls through the catcher's helmet through walkie-talkie. And then next fall, we're going to implement Rapsodo for pitching and hitting. So, I mean, we're just trying to do it, man, next level, man, do it right. And, be able to bless people with a great opportunity to come in and get a world-class education and get a world-class baseball experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, Xavier versus Dillard for the first time ever in baseball. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. And a doubleheader on Saturday starting at 12 o'clock at Wesley Barrow.
Coach tomorrow, Holloway, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Thank you, Coach. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock at Wesley Barrow, and then starting on Saturday, doubleheader at 12 o'clock.
It will
Coach
be
Holloway. Go ahead, VK.
Also, it'll be on Press Drive, ladies and gentlemen. On Press Drive, all you Xavier Dillard fans, come on out, pack Wesley Barrow out, and let's support both of these teams. It's going to be a historical series over the weekend. And Coach, we definitely appreciate you. And I call games for Nunez Community College and for BRCC, so I'm gonna definitely see you around. Because I know you're gonna be taking a look at a couple of the great junior college players.
Definitely. And let me say one last thing, man.
Go ahead, Coach.
I want to call out to all my Xavierites. You know, old school, new school, current, it doesn't matter. Let's please pack Wesley Barrow Stadium tomorrow evening and Saturday. You know, come out, check out your Xavierites. Hopefully, we can give you a good show. We want your support. Come show your Xavier pride, man. You know, don't let Dillard have more fans there than us. All right, let's be there. And let's be loud and proud, baby. Let's be loud and proud, baby, and let's bring it home. Let's bring the crosstown rival home to Xavier. Let's have some fun this weekend.
There you have it, everybody. Coach Adrian Holloway, the head coach for the Xavier baseball team. Coach Holloway, thank you for joining us. Good luck tomorrow and good luck in the series.
Hey, thank you. It was an honor for you guys having me, man. I appreciate it, man.
Definitely, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. That was Coach. I like the goals that he has, not only for his team, but also for the university and for himself. And he says that he's planning to make this big. And with Xavier baseball, he gets this ball rolling. He gets it rolling like he did at Selma, which I believe that he will do. We're going to be talking about Xavier baseball for a very, very long time.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to definitely talk about them. They're in the third year of the program, and we're looking for bigger things for them this year. I think Coach Holloway's done a great job. I think Coach Holloway has planted a lot of seeds since he has been here at Xavier, like he planted the seeds at Selma College. So it's amazing what he's doing, and especially how Major League Baseball stepped up to help Xavier and everything else. But like I said, it's gonna be something in the next couple years when Suno comes. This is where it's gonna get iffy. And me and Coach talked about this, Coach Holloway and Coach Grant. Because the fact of the matter is that when Suno, and I'm telling you, and I know Major League Baseball, they own Wesley Barrow.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't be surprised Suno might become out left field and gonna say something about it when they get their baseball team. Because the fact of the matter is, because you have to think. The stadium is literally across the street from Suno. And it's just the fact of the matter is they're gonna say something. I'm not saying I'm not gonna say there's gonna be protest. I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm just saying something might come in the horizon that
Suno's going to
somebody's
look
gonna
to
say
have
something.
that as their home field.
Right. And then on top of that, you have to think. They haven't had baseball in so long.
Mm-hmm.
Since the 60s or maybe the 70s. And for Barrow, and for a second, Loyola took over Barrow for a long time. And then they left. Then it got Signet. So for that, for the stadium to be what it was, and for Major League Baseball to take it over, to rebuild the stadium to see what it is now, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But I really think that the city of New Orleans needs to step up and help out Xavier, Suno, and Dillard, because they need to go and help out Joe Brown Park. The baseball park they can rebuild things over there, and they need to rebuild some of them parks in Carrollton. They can be fixed, and the city needs to step up, because the biggest thing, I look at the bigger picture. I want these colleges and these baseball programs to have a place to play, because because you have to think it's hard for them, because it's really hard sometimes, and sometimes I feel for those programs. I feel for Nunez sometimes, because Nunez has to use Chalmette High School to play their home games, and they have to schedule accordingly. You know what I'm saying? They're
Right,
fortunate.
they can't schedule when Chalmette's playing.
Right.
I'm sure they're paying a lease to use that stadium.
Absolutely, and they've been through a lot. They're working on some things to try to get their own facility soon. It's probably gonna be a year or two down the line to have that built. So they're working on plans on it. But at the same time, they got some, like they said, they play the lease, they gotta play accordingly, because I think Chalmette has a lot more home games coming up this year in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But then on top of that, they've been blessed because they got with Tulane, because they got a couple games they're gonna play at Tulane this year. They're going to be playing at Signet for a couple games this year. And
Oh,
also,
really?
yes, and also they're the host this year for the Region 23 tournament. And no way in the world they was going to play that in Chalmette. Guess where the tournament is?
Is it at Signet?
Hammond, Louisiana.
In
They're
Hammond
playing
at Southeastern?
they're playing at Southeastern for the Region 23 tournament. And I went up there Tuesday night for the BRCC Southwest game. Very good facility, very nice facility. It's gonna be epic for when the tournament is gonna be there, and a lot more lodging out there too in Hammond. So it's gonna be good. But like I said, I'm just hoping the city of New Orleans, and I know the university is gonna step up, regardless of the fact. But I think the city of New Orleans got to step up and try to help these schools make sure they have a place to play.
Now, these stadiums that we just talked about, are they owned by the state or owned by the city?
Well, we know Wesley Barrow is owned by Major League Baseball, right?
Major League Baseball, yes.
The other stadiums I just mentioned is owned by the city, and it's mostly by Nord. So the thing is, like I said, they gotta step it up. I understand the plans and all that stuff, but I understand the talk and all this talk. We need action. That's what I think. We need action more than anything else. Because if you, because here's the thing, college baseball is not what it used to be, not at all. Because now,
well, maybe in this area, but if you go to LSU, that's a different story.
Of course, but not just LSU, but all over the state. It's you have to think in the city alone, you usually have Tulane, UNO.
Right.
Now, no, actually Tulane, UNO, Delgado. Now it's Tulane, UNO, Delgado, Loyola, Xavier, Dillard now, Suno. It's a lot of college baseball in one city. Like comparing to Baton Rouge, LSU, BRCC.
So
Southern.
When you saying baseball in the state is not the same, you're actually saying it's elevating due to more teams. Is that what you mean?
It's to me it's elevating more than ever.
Okay.
It's already been elevated because you have to think outside of LSU, you looked at the impact maybe about 5 years ago. Remember that year you had 4 teams making the tournament. That's LSU South, I think it was LSU Southeastern, ULL, and Louisiana Tech.
What up? Oh, yeah. I know Southern used to make it also.
And I think Southern made it that year. Southern made it that year too. So there were 5 from the state that made it. But you knew that it was coming sooner or later because all these programs kept making progress. So the state alone, back in the day, it was LSU and that's it. Maybe Tulane. Tulane had a really good program back then.
They sure did.
And then on top of that, exactly. Tulane was a good program. So it was basically LSU, then Tulane. UNO had an okay program.
Yes.
Now it has changed so much because you mix in what Louisiana Tech has done. You mixed in what Nichols has done one year. You mixed in what Southeastern has done over the years. UNO. It's been a lot of progress in this whole state. People is really starting to respect the state of Louisiana in baseball, particularly because we're killing right now in baseball. It hasn't been like that maybe in the last couple of years. I'm gonna say that, but back now, I tell you, the last 10 years, even before this time, we was killing. But I'm talking about how the city is right now. We are starting to be a big hotbed of college baseball now. Looking at all these teams coming out now in New Orleans, that's amazing. 7 college baseball teams in one city. And you only got maybe 2 or 3 in another area. You mentioned 3 in Baton Rouge, 1 in Hammond, 1 in Ruston, one in Monroe. It's unbelievable. In the Lafayette area, you got UL, LSU Eunice.
Yeah, that's it.
And I think there's another John Melvin. It just not too long open.
Okay.
They're a program, John Melvin University.
Gotcha.
That's in the Lafayette area. So they got like 3 programs. So Louisiana College, we can't forget about them. LSU Shreveport, you name it. It's unbelievable how baseball has grown, but especially in the city of New Orleans, that's why we need more places to play. Because I'm telling you, it's a bombshell right now.
Gotcha. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we talked to the head coach of Xavier. Now we're going to bring in the head coach of Dillard University. That is Coach Trennis Grant. Coach Grant, how you doing? Can you hear him, VK?
Now I can hear Coach Grant. You can get the mic part. We probably can hear him.
I don't hear him, man.
Yeah, we hear you now, Coach. We hear. Do you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Jared, you hear him?
He's kind of in and out on my end. He's kind of in and out. It's like it comes in and it comes out.
Okay. Let's see.
See.
We hear you, Coach. We definitely hear you.
You hear him. He's in and out on my end. You hear him clear?
I hear him a little clear, but now he's frozen a little
now.
bit.
He's frozen now. See, we can get Coach back up in here in a second.
Can you guys hear me? Hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, we hear you now.
You hear him now, VK?
I hear him.
All right,
Okay.
good. We're joined by Coach Trennis Grant, the head coach of Dillard baseball. Coach, how you doing?
I'm good.
Very good, Coach. Very good. Glad to have you on the show, Coach. Coach, talk about how you and Dillard University were able to start a varsity baseball program from scratch.
So, I interviewed for the position. I took it and basically, but she allowed me to basically just create it as if it was my own. When you hire a coach, of course, you want them to basically be the liaison for the program, and basically that's going to represent the university the way it should. So, I took my baby and basically just started recruiting. February 16th was my first day. It was me, everybody. I showed up with a suit, and they was like, "Oh, you're dead serious," and I was like, "Serious," but just recruiting players where I possibly could, where I could, and making sure Dillard was about baseball, and we were going to be very competitive and very ready to go day one.
You talk about recruiting. How were you able to recruit players? I see that you got 38 players on your roster. How were you able to recruit these players when there's no practice field at Dillard?
And you first and foremost, I sold them a education, right? University is so you got that piece, but mostly with the baseball program, I saw what I can bring to the table and how I can help them advance at all facets of life, not just becoming a better man, being actually in the being a husband and a father, all those different things. Around my daughter, see my daughters come around, my daughters come out and play around and whatnot, and they speak to different. So, just being able to get them to understand the different of being able to get your degree and ready to go wherever life may take you. So definitely I'm ready for that point, and uniforms, no field, just no nothing. So like I said, myself, university.
What emotions did you have when you and Dillard took the field for the first time against Louisiana Christian?
Honestly, I didn't really have any emotions. It was baseball. It's just another day being It was just now what I will had them that first win, Dallas Christian. That up a little bit. I had to look at the sky and I look at guys' faces. Joy when they one baseball game early on in this loss in a row, and really, literally, earlier they got 10-run rule, all that stuff. So to see them bounce back and fight like, it was definitely that's where the emotion was.
All right. Big game starting tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and then the doubleheader on Saturday starting at 12 at Wesley Barrow. For the first time ever, Dillard versus Xavier in baseball. How significant is this game?
It's what the fans want. It's what they want to see. It's a rivalry. I mean, in a part of it, but I got my good. I when Dillard played and I am room in that thing. It was everybody everywhere. It was hot. It was. I mean, it's what the kids like to say.
Yeah.
It's what the way to have not just one HBCU but another get baseball and then compete. It's just it's another sport, that rivalry, and it's something that Xavier did rivalry for baseball. And it's gonna be a joy. I expect at least 200. Just me thinking about it. Especially that first day. I know all of our students gonna come out. There's the first game ever of us playing each other. So it's a bragging rights are on the line. It's a great thing when you can mention the name Xavier and Dillard, and they're going to versus each other. But at the same community thing, it's not just about just us playing. It's about the community understanding that baseball is here and it's here to stay. And hopefully that going in that direction as well.
Go ahead, VK.
Well, Coach Trennis, good to see you, man. And I'll tell you, Hod's been making the adjustment to being coach at Dillard, especially, like you mentioned before, we was at the luncheon a couple weeks ago, and you said that you'll be mostly playing on the road. Hyde's been so far with your players adjusting more than anything else, getting a chance to at least practice at Wesley Barrow, but knowing that they're going to be catching a bus every weekend for the whole season.
So it's been as good as you can imagine. Honestly, the guys have handled it well. I think, in my opinion, once we kind of hit conference and we're still on the road, that's where I kind of you kind of look to see what else. Because again, like you said, we're living out of our suitcase. We on the way home for a couple of days, then we're back on the road. So it's kind of back and forth, but at the same time, prepare them for it. I always mention it to them. When you play the ones versus it's to be starting, you always just go ahead and say, "Hey, man, you guys are the away team." So you just continue to prepare your team. Even tomorrow, we're still the away team. So we already kind of got just being already the away team. We know that we're going to have to hit first. We know we won't have the hammer at the bottom, but we got to make sure if we're up in the game that we seal the deal and that come out victorious. So it's about, I can't lie to you. It's about as good as you can handle it. I can say right now, but later on in the season, you kind of look at things kind of being a little different. The kids may be getting tired. You kind of smooth it over with some good food. Unfortunately, we spent out back, but you kind of splurge a little bit for winning right there, but then to pizzas and different things like that. So you kind of get them some good food here and there, but makes it a little bit more interesting.
So how it's been, did you made any kind of arrangements with the teachers and stuff like that, especially for the players, because that's a lot for them, especially when they're on the road almost every weekend, that they're just on campus for just maybe 2 as much as 3 days schoolwork, and make sure they're on top. And I know you probably set things up with the professors, and not just that, probably set up a Pacific time for study hall.
So we haven't. So in the fall, everybody has study hall. Whether you were a 4.0 guy, when we got mid came a thing, right? So if you're a 4.0 guy, you had at least 2 hours. So everybody, you had one study hall once a week, and then as your GPA went on, you had more hours, right? Started study hall yet, just because we haven't gotten to that 5-week midterm thing. So once we get there, our study hall, but I've already been get out of them being loud for so long. Hey, be quiet, pull your books out, some mind taps done, get your online assignments done, just do something else. For the most part, it's kind of been hit or miss with the professors. I didn't make an arrangement with the professors. The university already kind of have a leeway a little bit, even though you still get a bunch of pushback, because again, we are academic people, just don't understand. A lot of professors don't understand that they always not in class, but his tuition is getting paid by athletics. It's kind of like hit or miss, but you want him to be that student athlete, because that's the most important thing. Baseball also, so you want to make sure it meshes well together. So I just make sure that I make to our academic affairs department, send the schedules, send the roster that we'll be leaving at this time, and just go down. That they basically have an itinerary when we come back, and all those different things. So that nobody can say, "Hey, he didn't test. Coach Grant did." And then at the same time, I've already told them she's on Monday, talking to them on Tuesday in person, and then again on Thursday. So usually we leave on Fridays, but if we happen to leave on a Thursday, they need to be emailed to emails to cover your back, and then at the same time as well, so they know. Like, never just leave them out there, and at the end of the day, if you don't have any proof of what you just did, then they basically go, he didn't say anything to me, so no, he can't take that test, and he can't make this test up. So that's the way I do it.
I completely understand, and I know that's a good thing to keep communication and everything else. And I hope things be on the same page with yourself and administration and stuff like that, so the students can have no problems and everything else. Especially, okay, they're on top of the schoolwork, tests already done. Okay, let's go play a game. So I'm wishing the best for you, especially at Dillard, and especially with the program, especially with the professors, because I know that's a difficult thing, being on the road a lot. Now the conference, I believe you're in the GCAC in baseball this year.
We are.
Okay, so with the GCAC, with the conference and everything, do you think the non-conference schedule that you have is going to help you along the way when you go into conference play?
That thing's tough. If you looked at our non-conference, it's very tough. Like, we started off with Louisiana, a 30-win team every year, and then we went on to play against Dallas Christian, and who's also a good team out of Oklahoma. Dallas Christian, you never know what you're going to get with them. They're a Christian. They're an NCC a slightly different from NAIA and NCAA, so they can want to a little bit, but and then you go and play against the number 23 on the West Bank with Loyola. So it's definitely our first very, very challenging. And then if I know you kind of look at the scores, but if in the fifth inning, they were right there. Like, what happened? Then this person made an error. This person made an error. We walked two people here. Then all of a sudden, bang, a hit. So it's kind of like, I want to make it tough. A lot of my friends that are in baseball say, "Hey, man, don't make it too tough." But I mean, to kind of get some experience, right? So once we hit conference, we got a good thing roll. Face some tough pitching. We've seen everybody's ones and twos. And so once we hit conference, we have a lot of experience. We've seen a lot of different things, tough battles and all those things. So it should prepare us very, very well for. I mean, we play against Division I UAPB. We play against Division III school next week. And the list goes on. Like, we're going to continue. We play against some more D3. We play against William Carey, who won their conference last year. So they had a kid drafted last year, left-handed pitcher who was up to 95. So opportunity. At the same time, it's baseball. It's not football, basketball. Bigger guys always win. Baseball, who's playing well that day, wherever the ball lands, the way it goes, you can any given day you can win a baseball game. Obviously, we beat Alabama, we beat SFA, we were right there. We were right there with a lot of the bigger schools, ranked schools and different things like that. So different here. You play good baseball, you have that opportunity to win.
Well, I wanted to ask you how things are, like, if like you said, very limited on resources and stuff. You were saying before the season started that hopefully that you were saying that you was working on trying to get some new uniforms, at least for the season and stuff like that. How things went with that? Did you at least get some good uniforms and stuff for your players that can last for the season? At least, because you said the goal was to try to at least get 2 pairs of uniforms at least for the season. That'd be at least not a lot to wash, but just at least enough for all our road games that we could switch sometimes.
Ended up getting 2 sets of just all pinstripe top and bottom, all gray set top and bottom. Then we got some alternate jerseys, black one and a royal one as well. And then we ended up getting a alternate pair of pants with the piping going down the side. So we ended up getting 4 jeans. Just got our new royal blue hat in today. Uniforms, we haven't worn those yet. Got those in literally.
We lost Coach for a second. See if we can get Coach back. See if we can get him back. There he is. Can you hear him? I can't hear him.
No, I can't hear him.
Sorry, my daughter was calling me. But yeah, I'll call her back. But yeah, we ended up, they were expensive, but we did raise a chunk of money. I mean, when you really think about it, first year program in the fall only, like we haven't even done any fundraisers in the spring, and we raised $36,000, and that's a testament to our kids' hustle, their parents' hustle, just the administration's hustle, the university hustle of just understanding. Okay, we don't have the funds to fully fund this right now, but what can we do? Can we support it? Just coming up with ideas, selling T-shirts. I mean, each kid sold, I'm gonna say, at least 30 T-shirts, and that a good chunk of change. We did a funding fundraiser where we just asked for donation. Nothing was too small, nothing was too big, and we got some really big numbers, and we got some really small numbers, and we got some really great comments behind it. posted some of them that were funny that were on Instagram and different things like that. So, and then you also got different supporters. You got people that see what you're doing and they're giving you $1,000 here, $1,000 there. Of course, do we still need stuff? Of course. Do we still need donors and different things like that? Yes. If you have the opportunity to definitely support Dillard University baseball, definitely do it. I mean, I still have to get some baseballs and different things like that. We have a contract with Marucci, which is out of Baton Rouge. Which we got a lot of our bats. They were half price, $500 bats. So we got it around about $250. All the kids got custom gloves for their hard work of raising that $36,000. So completely custom glove, however they wanted to create it. Of course, the pitcher's glove is a little different because they couldn't have multiple different colors, but the position players got to do whatever they want. I mean, you got all color.
Right.
White, green, because of the oaks and different things like that. So, I mean, they have fun with it. They enjoyed themselves. So again, like I tell them all the time, you guys got all this stuff. Rinse due. Every day you come out here, rinse due. This is a job interview. So if I'm going to continue to pay you, you got to give me some production for what I'm paying you for. So
Definitely.
it's all like I tell them, it's always a job interview. Let's get done, and I want mine in return.
I'm gonna ask you this last question. I'm gonna let Jared close it out with you. Can you give me one? And I know this is just first year program, first year team. I don't know how many seniors you got. I don't know how many freshmen you got, but give me one or two players that you're really leaning on to carry this team throughout the season.
Definitely my shortstop, my first ever recruit, first ever commitment at Dillard, Ty Mitchell McCullum. He's a really good bat for us. I started him off in the 2-hole, but now he's hitting in the leadoff spot. He actually hit the first home run in Dillard history. So he's a definite leader for us. And then right now, New Orleans born, but he moved to Houston when Katrina hit and finished high school in Houston. Renard Smith, but right now he's currently hurt with a hand injury, so he's been out about 3 weeks. But again, when like you said, two leaders, right? When Renard speak, even though he's hurt, they listen. Sometimes I had to keep reminding him, hey man, I need you to say something. Because when you speak, they listen. I don't want to have to do it all the time, because if I have to do it, they're going to get in their feelings all the time. So sometimes it needs to come from you. You're their peer. So those two for sure. And I got a couple others, but those are two guys that we really lean on heavily to make sure that things are getting done. Things are getting done the right way. That coach doesn't always have to say something. I mean, just today, the guys are having I knew nothing about this. Yesterday, they had an all pitchers meeting and catchers, and I was like, oh, okay. Then today, I get a phone call from my shortstop Ty saying, hey, coach, we just had a meeting. Here's what I want to let you to know that we discussed. This is how we feel about this, and this is how we feel about that. Okay, man, nice, great. So okay. Let me think some things over, and then I'll get back with you guys. So they're making.
I think his daughter called him again. There he is.
He is.
Let's give him a second. We don't hear him. We don't hear him. All right.
Okay.
We still can't hear Coach. Still can't hear Coach. No, still can't hear you, Coach. Still can't hear you.
Here you go. You got to turn the mic.
No, nothing yet. Let me try something right quick, VK. Let me see if I can bring him in and bring him back. Oh, let me see. Let me try something to bring him in. All right.
Coach, you is now?
Yeah, we still can't hear Coach. Yeah, we still can't hear Coach.
Can't hear Coach.
Oh, well, this story was great. I was loving it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see if coach can log out and log back in.
Yeah.
Put coach right back in it. Yeah, because I want to finish this story. I was feeling this story.
Mm.
I was feeling this story, man. Yeah, we still can hear him. Are you texting him? Try to log out, coach, and try to log back in, and let's see what happens from there. I don't think he can hear me either. He can't hear us either, BK.
I just texted him just now.
You texted him? Okay.
I just texted him just now.
All right.
So, yeah, hopefully he'll do that. We got a good one here if you're watching on Crescent City Sports. I mean, oh my goodness. Ponchatoula was up as much as 15 points at John Curtis. John Curtis is cut it to 4, 66-62, 126 left. You can watch it live on Crescent City Sports. The feed was looking bad. Now it's much better. It's been much better in the second half. So it's been an unbelievable game. Ponchatoula almost. Let's see what they can do the last minute and a half.
Well, we got coach back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Hey,
I'm
guys.
back. The bars went out for some reason. I don't know why. All my bars went red.
VK up here promoting Crescent City Sports. He works for them, but everybody tune right here for right now. We got Coach Trennis Grant back with us. Go ahead and finish the story, Coach Trennis Grant.
But yeah, those two, Renard Smith and Tom Mitchell-McCullum, those are two definitely guys that we lean on heavily. So, I mean, I think our season is going to go well because we have those two leading us, and it's only going to get better and grow from there.
And I'll tell you one thing about Renard Smith. I know about him a little bit through Instagram and stuff. And then on top of that, his dad, me and him graduated together from high school at St. Augustine High School.
Okay.
So I actually met his son and talked for a good little bit and everything. So you tell him Mr. Jones, Mr. Vashawn Jones says, "What's up, man?" And now I'm telling you, I seen a lot of film on him, and I definitely got to come see him live. And he's a really hard worker, and he's just like his dad. He's got that work ethic from his father. So it's not surprising what you're saying about Renard.
Coach, we will get you out of here with this last question.
Okay.
First year baseball program. You've won some games already. With that being said, what goals, what expectations did you put on your team?
So in the beginning, I put a really tough expectation on them. But right now, and I won't even mention what that was, just because we moved past that right now, right? The goal from here on out is being 1-0 after every game. Simple as that. Being 1-0 after every game. Making sure that we win that game, and then we let everything after that, we just move on after that. So being 1-0 in everything that we do, and that also works in life, right? So if we're winning, we're winning. But sometimes we're gonna have our failures. We're gonna, like I tell them, hey man, we're gonna lose some, right? There's not many baseball teams that just go strictly undefeated. At the end of the day, right? If we can control what we can control, we'll win more than we lose. So we're just focusing on that, being 1-0 and controlling.
Oh,
and
there you go.
Yep. There he is. There he is. Goal is 1-0 every game. So starting tomorrow night, 5:00, the first time ever at Wesley Barrow, Dillard versus Xavier in baseball. And then a doubleheader on Saturday starting at noon. Coach Grant, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time here on the show, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it. Y'all have a nice night.
No problem.
Good luck on the whole season.
Good luck, Coach. And
yes,
everybody come on out. Dillard fans as well, Xavier. Come on out, pack out. Wesley Barrow, this is the first time ever. This is true Black history in the city of New Orleans. Come out and support both Dillard and Xavier for this great three-game series.
Most definitely. Always. Go Blue.
Yeah. Thank you, Coach.
Thank y'all.
All right. That was Coach Trennis Grant, the head coach of the Dillard baseball team. 35 years old, a young coach that Dillard went with. They see an uplifting future ahead with this guy. What can you say about Coach Trennis Grant, VK?
Trennis Grant is I'll tell you one thing, he is a visionary. Visionary more than anything else to try to lead a birthing program at Dillard to become not just a program that's consistent, but a winning program. And he knows it's gonna take time, but he knows it's one day at a time that they gotta work and that they'll eventually get there. And I tell you one thing, if they continue to win, if they start winning a little more, but it's just first year, but they're going to try and make a good impact. And it's amazing how the support has been right there, especially trying to just, make sure that the program gets their resources that they need and stuff like that. Now, the next thing is to find a consistent home field. So it's good for them. It's amazing that they raised over $36,000
Yeah, I
to
read
get
that
that.
earlier. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
So and that's enough, at least enough to take care of some travel, take care of your uniforms, and that's the most important essentials.
Yeah.
So that's a sign there that, and especially with the university backing them a bit on some of the support, that's really big in itself. It's a sign that Dillard is trying. And I think it's a difference with private HBCUs than regular HBCUs because if there's some resource that's limited, they'll be honest, but then they'll at least try to be like, okay, what's the alternative and how we can maybe get this done and just do what they got to do. It's gonna be different with Suno when they start because they're a public university,
Right.
but for Dillard and Xavier, they're private, but they find a way with fundraisers and all that good stuff and everything. But I think Coach Grant is going to go some places with Dillard. It's gonna take some time early, but I think this weekend it's gonna be very interesting with them and Xavier.
All right. So get to Wesley Barrow. If you're coming from the East Bank, Metairie, coming from the West Bank, you better leave early because you don't want to catch parade traffic because there are parades downtown tomorrow. And then you got Saturday. So, show our support for these two schools and for history in the making. First time ever, Dillard versus Xavier in baseball.
Get out there early, folks. Get out there real, real early. And I got to say the same thing to my Nunez Community College fans. They are going against St. Louis Community College this weekend. 1 o'clock first pitch Saturday for the doubleheader, 12 o'clock pitch Sunday. Get there early, folks, because there is going to be parades this weekend, the first huge weekend of it. So all the Xavier Dillard fans go support. All my Nunez fans come out and support. It's gonna be busy. I'm gonna be working. It's gonna be all to the good. So it's great to see that. And a quick update before we go further. It's a final. We'll get the prep basketball action in a little bit. Ponchatoula girls, huge victory at John Curtis, 76-63 at John Curtis tonight. That means Curtis just gets their second loss all year long. Huge victory for Ponchatoula tonight. That team is getting tougher and tougher in the North Shore. And don't be surprised. They could be a good team in the non-select that could defend and maybe become back-to-back state champs. We'll see down the line, but we'll talk
So
about
Ponchatoula
that.
won last year, the girls?
I believe they did. That was the team. That was that team that had that girl to go to Tulane. They got recruited.
Yeah.
That girl who went off.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
straight up, and a lot of people say probably one of the best state championship girls games they probably ever seen because that game was 4 quarters, and I think it went to overtime, and Ponchatoula won it. And I think this is a great chance for them to have a chance to go back to back. And this is a young team, a very, very young team. And they got a player on the team. And big shout out to them, out to her. Her name is Alyssa Hilliard. She's only a sophomore, and she's the only sophomore starting with 4 seniors. She is a dynamo. She can really run the floor very well. She's 6'3", run the floor, dribble well, shoot it. and she can find people. And then they got some other seniors that really have stepped up and played well as well. So this is a dangerous team, and they played a lot of tough teams throughout the season. And you got to look at the schedule, Jared. They played a murderer's row, and they won some big games too. So for them, winning on the road, and they got to play tomorrow night in their district finale against Hammond. So for that, credit Coach Landesh, Patricia Landesh over at Ponchatoula, and I met her at the Sugar Bowl tournament. Very nice, very gracious woman, doing a great job with the program. And what a big victory tonight against Alondra Brown and John Curtis, who has only had one loss to date going into that game.
Big victory for Ponchatoula. Now, the NBA, man, it's been very, very entertaining this whole week.
I'm so glad you're starting with that.
I bet you are. Bet you are. Let's start off with the record-breaking history that was made Tuesday night. LeBron James becomes the all-time scoring leader in the NBA. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm going to give you these thoughts right here. Hopefully it's not long, but I'm going to do what I can with it.
No, it can't be long.
It's not going to be long. It's going to be maybe long.
No,
but
it's got to be brief.
Brief. Well, I'm going to say this. I think, to be honest with you, this was a great moment in itself. But I think Bomani Jones said it best, that this is one of the few times LeBron was kind of in it for himself that night. Because they didn't
I've
really...
heard that from a bunch of people also.
Because of the fact of the matter is that you seen what happened after the game. You seen that the Lakers didn't even get it done. And that's bad in itself and everything else. Was the moment great? Yes, it was. And it goes upon what I gotta say about it, because I always respected LeBron. I always did. Great all-around player, and also a great leader in itself. But you have to think, people have to embrace the moment. We need to stop with the hating sometimes. We need to embrace the moment big time. Somebody knows what I'm talking about. But at the same time, we have to embrace the moment, ladies and gentlemen. I don't understand. Like, I understand the other talk, but LeBron, with all this greatness, stop. I'm gonna say what Scarface said. To T.I. a long time ago when T.I. had that beef with Lil Flip. King of the South, they can have that. The greatest all time, they can have that. Who cares? Let's talk about this at the end. It's just like people on Sunday where hip hop did probably one of the biggest performances in the history of the Grammy Awards, and people talking about, oh, why nobody from New Orleans wasn't in there and all that stuff. They can say the same thing about Memphis and everything else. Come on, embrace the moment. We have to be grateful because we're not going to see anything like this again. Understand it when you're in a dying bed. When you understand that, you be like, you go reminisce on the good things. There's moments you have to embrace. You need to stop with the hating. Stop with this, that. Shut up. Just enjoy what it is right there. It's unbelievable. But at the same time, outside of it, I can also say I think LeBron James should have never went to the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm going to still say it till I'm blue in the face. I understand why he went there. I completely understand. Business-wise and everything. But the Lakers already got enough doggone titles. I would love for him to go to the Knicks. Try to get him a championship. Because these franchises already have enough. It's time for the underdogs to get it. It's time for the underdogs to get it. That's why LeBron should have never went to the Lakers. And right now he's feeling miserable. And now the Lakers have made a couple of trades and everything else. So we'll see what happens. But I think he should have never went to LA. And now he's feeling freaking miserable because and it was and I ain't gonna lie, big time props to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, giving him the ball, passing the torch. I like that a lot. That's history, folks. That's a lot of history that we would never. And I'm what, 44? How old are you, Jared?
39.
This record has been up for 37 years.
38.
38. I'm sorry, 38 years. Thank you. 38 years. So we would never thought that record was going to be broken. We thought that was one of those records in sports that will never be reached. And there's been a couple that's been broken already. Barry Bonds with a home run record. And I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. It counts.
I don't give a damn either.
It counts.
I'm with you on that one.
It freaking counts. So you baseball aficionados, yes, it counts. Because like I said with that issue about the steroid stuff, that should have been solved a long time ago before Sosa and McGuire. Now, that went broken. And now this one. NFL one, the receiving record will never be broken. We don't know. We'll never know. But regardless of the fact, it was great for Kareem to do that, to pass the torch to him. But everybody keep with the Laker talk and all this crap. He should have never went to the Lakers, period.
All right, my turn. Back to the record. Because he could be on the Lakers, the Bulls, or the Pelicans. He's still going to break the record regardless.
Exactly.
I'm going to say this. I stayed up to see this happen because this is history. I wanted to see this. And I'm glad I got the chance to see this because I might not ever see this again. LeBron has played 20-plus years. He averages over, 27 points a game? This is monumental, people. A record that stood for 38 years. You have to give LeBron his props. I don't care if you say he's not a scoring person or what. He is the scoring leader of all time with 38,390 points. You have to give the man his props. The way LeBron played to get that record is what I've waited to see pretty much my entire lifetime. LeBron just taking over and dominating games like he did, scoring-wise. Because I always said I think LeBron can get to the hoop anytime he wants. Can't be stopped. What I saw was just magical, the way he played. And I was happy to stay up and see the record get broken. We know Kareem and LeBron don't have a good relationship. And to put all that aside, for Kareem to be there, to give him the ball that LeBron scored to break the record, to take pictures together, was great in itself. I'm not going to get into the fourth quarter with LeBron just scoring 2 points and people saying, that LeBron didn't play hard to help them win. He was all about it for himself in that game. I'm not getting to that. I'm going to stay with history being made. And we all got to witness it. And we all need to give that man his credit for what he has done in the league for 20 years. And he's not done yet.
And what's amazing, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't stay up to see that. I came home late because I'm surviving 2 baseball games, hopefully get paid. But I seen the highlight and it's unbelievable. And yes, LeBron James is on my all-time top 5 now.
Right.
After last night, now he's officially on my all-time top 5. Soon, but now he's officially on my all-time retired all time.
Yeah, you're retired top 5. You're retired.
No,
yeah,
I'm sorry. My all-time NBA top 5. He's on there now because of the fact that him in 20 years, and he's in the best shape for anybody in the NBA that played over 20 years. It's amazing to me. So that's all I can say about that, man. That's it. I'm not talking about no GOAT. We're not gonna talk about no. Let's just throw the GOAT discussion out the damn window, okay? I'm just tired of that. All right. Let's just embrace and just bow to the presence of greatness. Just bow to the presence of greatness. That's it. Come on, Jared. That's why I didn't want to talk about no GOAT stuff, bro.
Hey, you said the word goat. You said the
Huh?
word goat. I was good. I was good. You said
Yeah,
goat.
because you waved the Bulls hat.
I just put a Bulls hat. You assuming?
Oh, you're assuming. No, I know what you're doing. Subliminal message. Subliminal messages. I know.
All right, let's
God
move on
doggone
now.
devils. I'm glad you're in a Blue Devil fan. Thank God.
Oh, I ain't no Blue Devil fan. No, indeed not.
Hell no. Hell no.
Uh-uh.
That North
That's
Carolina
right.
basketball is
Hey,
another
North Carolina,
discussion for
baby.
that's
North
another
Carolina where the GOAT played. All right, moving on to
right.
Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving was traded to the Dallas Mavericks, played his first game yesterday. I'll start with you again. Your thoughts on Kyrie Irving being traded?
Most disappointing player in the NBA.
Whoa, most disappointing player.
Most disappointing player in the NBA.
Explain.
Don't get me wrong. On the court, when he's on the court, he's one of the best talents in the league. One of the best talents. But I think, to be honest with you, and excuse me what I'm about to say, the way his mind works and how he don't stay afloat in his head, the crazy stuff he does, and the excuses he make for not playing sometimes or whatever. To me, he's starting to piss away his career. And that is not good. You're starting to waste your talent. And that's what it is. I don't care what Stephen A. and I don't care what all these people say about Kyrie, the greatness in him. The inconsistencies. That's why he's not an NBA great. The inconsistencies. When you see inconsistencies, it's almost like, okay, that's going to hold you back a little bit for saying that you're one of the top players in the league. You're one of the top players in the league if you're on the floor. If you're on the floor. And now with this Dallas trade, it's not going to make any damn sense whatsoever. 2 alpha dogs. You think it's going to work? Well, we'll see. We understand what Dallas is trying to do. Now they're trying to give Luka help. It took a little while to give Dirk help. Finally got him help. Took a while and they got him to the finals and got him a title. Big ups to Mark Cuban at that time. Because that man needed help. Now you're gonna give Luka help, but you got the wrong guy. I'm telling you. 2 alpha dogs, especially them two. Now, if they have a good chemistry, maybe that'll change. Maybe. But we will see. But we got to see what kind of mind he has. Like I said before, and I said it again, when they put Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and then James Harden later on, Ben Simmons, I told you when that trade happened. And you know it, Jared. I said it. I said it wasn't going to work. I said they will never win a title. I said it myself. Give me the satisfaction, people. I told you. I told America it's not going to work. And look at it. All torn out and busted. Freaking dumpster fire. Brooklyn next. How you like that, America?
All right. My turn.
Your turn.
Yes, my turn. So this whole fiasco with the Brooklyn Nets, everything was not Kyrie's fault. Hear me out before you get to saying something.
I don't think it was all Kyrie's fault either.
Oh, all right.
We agree. Go ahead.
So let's remember, COVID. Okay. During the COVID period, he couldn't play in New York. Couldn't play in New York at all. And then the away games, they still weren't letting him play. And then when they got to the playoff run, they brought him back. Now, what I disagree with Kyrie with, and this is where I say Kyrie is toxic. If I'm on a team, I'm not going to just walk away from my team and not be with them. He did that on more than one occasion. He did that during COVID. He walked away. He didn't want to get vaccinated. And number two, when the January 6th happened at the Capitol, the attack on the Capitol, he went away for 20 days because of that. He didn't play with the team. Toxic. And then you got other players don't know what to do with their future, like Kevin Durant, based on what Kyrie gonna do. Toxic. That's what gets me. I'm not one to bail on a team. I'll be on my team no matter what. He bailed on that team many times, and that's the problem I have with Kyrie. And now you're mad at an organization because you want an extension, but the organization is like, can we trust you? After everything that happened, can we trust you? Now, the things they made him do with that anti-Semitic stuff, I thought that was way too much. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. Because my biggest thing on that is the fact of the matter is, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't care what anybody say, talking about these Jews and everything else and all this other crap. Here's the lowdown people, especially black people. Okay, yeah, it's us African Americans. Black History Month. Our ancestors hung, bled, and died for all the rights we had for this country. I get it. I'm gonna get this. Our people died for that. Jews, and you go back to the Holocaust. People, blood, hung, and died too. They died. Those people died too for their rights. So regardless of the fact, I don't look at just race. I look at the human race. And deep down inside, yeah, I'm not trying to be preachy too much. I'm a deep believer in God. And being straight up with you, we are all God's children at the end of the freaking day. So that what he did was like, hold up. And then all these black disciples, all this other crap, stop. When you die and God judges you, what he gonna say to you? How you treated your brother and sister, no matter what color they are. So I definitely agree with you, and I think he went way too far. I don't know. I know you looked at me kind of funny, Jared, but I hope you kind of understand where I'm coming from.
I got you. Yeah,
it's just a fact. It's just the fact of the matter is that is way too far, and I agree. I thought that was the biggest nuts thing I ever heard in my life.
You made Josiah.
Yeah,
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Not a forcing of the hand. I didn't like that, but I understand why they was kind of mad. And if for Kyrie to go that route, it's like, whoa, wait a minute, man. You have to think. You won't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yeah. So I thought that was a little bit overboard. Now, but also the organization don't trust Kyrie due to Kyrie leaving and doing what he wants to do. So that's why they say, okay, Kyrie, play the whole season out. You play the whole season out, we will give you your extension at the end of the year. Kyrie didn't want that. Get me out of here. Get me out of here now. So now, Kyrie's gone. Dallas took him. So what did y'all think KD was gonna do? Because now James Harden got traded away. Kyrie gone. Y'all think KD gonna want to stay in Brooklyn? No, I saw this coming. So we on the KD now. All right.
And all I'm gonna tell you, you say toxic for
Kyrie.
I got a word for Kyrie. A friend of our show talked about maybe bringing him to New Orleans. You say toxic. I say cancer. He's a freaking cancer. Straight cancer.
No Kyrie here. I mean, Kyrie is a talent. Trust me.
He's a cancer, man.
No,
we don't. Not like I said. I think he was being sarcastic.
No, I think he was serious. He was serious.
If he was serious, I'd have been like, I think you sniffing a little bit of acid if you're really serious about bringing that fool to this city. It'll be like Eric Gordon. Get the hell out of my city. We don't want him.
Oh, that dude there.
Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me, man. Are you in Dallas? She must stay in Dallas now. Ah, interesting.
She's in Dallas. Okay.
And I guess she goes to the Mavericks games. Oh my God. So I think so. You saying it's a bad move for Dallas with this one?
She's saying. That's what she said.
What you're saying? You're saying it's not a good move for Dallas.
For me, okay. This is what I think. I think offensively is good. I think defensively is not. I think they are a defensive liability right now. I think Luka is still going to run the point. I think Kyrie goes to the 2. That's what I really believe that. But those 2 players are ranked in the top 10 in points scored in isolation ball. So we're going to see if it works out. It's not Kyrie's team. He ain't got to be the leader. That's Luka's team. We'll see where it goes. Now, let's get to KD. KD was going to have to be traded. I mean, come on. I think we all saw this coming. Me watching ESPN today, he's told the Nets management that he wanted to be traded and he wanted to go to Phoenix. And it happened. It happened. Now, Phoenix is your favorite to win the NBA title with Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and now Kevin Durant. I think Phoenix got word of this and was like, yo, if we want to get to the finals, we got to make this move now. If we want to get to the finals and beat Boston or Milwaukee, this move has to be made. Because they got to the finals 2 years ago. But after last year, I sat there and said that squad again will not make it to the finals. Go and get KD. Oh, watch out, world. This might happen. You watch out for the Phoenix Suns right now. Because now you can't double team Booker. You definitely can't double team KD. This will open up this offense that they have even more. Trust me on this. You might even see a little bit more up-tempo with the Phoenix Suns now. Go ahead, VK.
One word for Kevin Durant. Coward. You're going to another team that you basically can't be a leader. You can't run. You can't run a team by yourself. You always got to find.
Is LeBron a coward?
Let me tell you something. LeBron. Hold on. LeBron ain't no coward. I'm telling you now. He's not no coward.
KD is? Come on.
Yes, KD is. KD left OKC to come to Golden State, a team that was down 3-1, and came back, and Golden State came back to beat them, and didn't take charge of that OKC team like it was supposed to. All you had to do was check Russell Westbrook, and maybe you would have been straight. That's a coward move. And then you go leave and say, okay, so I learned more.
LeBron leaving Cleveland to go to Miami to beat Boston, not a coward move? He couldn't beat Boston and Cleveland. Miami, not a coward move?
LeBron had nobody in Cleveland. Nobody.
So he
wait. You go to a finals and your second best player is Daniel freaking Gibson. Daniel Gibson. You know what happened to him? Keisha Cole happened to him. That's what happened to Daniel Gibson.
Zadrunas was his second best player, and Keisha Cole did Daniel Gibson dirty. Go ahead.
No. Daniel Gibson did it himself. That's just straight up, because the fact of the matter is, why you gonna get with a toxic woman like that, and all of a sudden she did that to you? And look at his game, and look how he's never been back in the league. Zadrunas Gossip was up there in age.
Robin Givens destroyed Mike Tyson.
I can agree with that. I can agree with you with that. Definitely. But at the same time, LeBron wasn't no coward. LeBron didn't get the help that he needed. And guess what? He had to go and leave. Kyrie, when he came back the second time, Kyrie left. So in fact, he decided, I'm going to make a legacy of my own, which he could have had in Boston, but his own mind and head got him out.
Yep.
For Durant, he decides, I'm going to go learn how to maybe win in Golden State. You leave the place that you built yourself, and all you had to do was be a man. Just be a man. I'm not saying he's not a man, but be a man with your guts on the table and say, this is my team. We're going to handle things the way we're going to handle. I don't care you bad, and I'm not scared of you. That's what he should have did in Oklahoma City with Russell Westbrook. He didn't do that. So he won't go to Golden State, which showed him how to win. Big ups to Golden State. But he want to step to Draymond, and you see what happened now? Come on, bro. They ain't got no cowards in Golden State. You won't come in there and won't be bad.
So Draymond wasn't wrong though.
Draymond was not wrong at all. You don't step into somebody who's been there and has been there for a minute, and it is his environment.
So KD saying pass the ball, I'm open, and then Draymond get an attitude and tell him, man, we don't need you here.
Because of the
KD
fact,
wrong? Come on,
no. It's just the fact of the matter is you're not gonna come. It ain't just about that. It's about you gonna have to come at Draymond right. You don't come at Draymond right. You know where he's from. That fool ain't gonna take it too well. That's all it is.
Too well, but KD told him right.
Man.
I mean, so KD, okay.
But
two-time finals MVP, he can't go to Draymond and say, "Hey man, I'm open."
But it's kind of contradicting when you're gonna go to Draymond and you didn't go to Russell Westbrook. See, they gonna see what I'm saying? That don't make no sense.
I get what you're saying.
It don't make no sense.
I get what you're saying.
That's why Draymond did what he did. You won't come at me that's been there in this environment for a minute. I understand how you feel, but you're gonna come at me like that? But at the same time, you don't go at that little 6'2.5" dude up in that other place and check him on the same thing. What, you scared of that man? So it's a problem. That's kind of a man thing. It's like, wait a minute, why you don't step to him like that? So
I don't have a problem with Draymond saying yo, whatever.
Right.
The problem I had with Draymond was sitting and telling him, we don't need you here.
No,
when Draymond was the one who called him crying after that finals loss to Cleveland, saying we need you to beat LeBron. We need you to beat LeBron.
But at the same time,
you don't go after that man when you beg the man to come to Golden State.
That's true, but at the same time, he's the leader. He runs it. Now at the same time,
he's the leader. I get it.
Yeah,
but who was the best player on the team?
There you go with that. There you go with that talk. There you go with that talk.
The best player on the team was KD.
For that season, yes. Those particular seasons, yes. The last title, the last championship they won and everything else. Steph Curry had a hell of a freaking series, and they gave it to KD.
No,
he had a hell of a freaking finals. They gave it to KD.
Both of them.
Man,
KD won both of them, bro.
No.
He was the best player.
No. That second one should have went to Steph. Come on, man. Steph had a great series, bro.
No, man.
Come on, man. You
disagree, man. I disagree.
All right.
You got Kevin Durant coming up in Game 4 and Game 5 in both series from the same spot, hit that big three. No, bro. KD.
All right. Whatever you think, but still, I really think. But at the same time, he learned how to win. He went to the Nets. Like, okay, I'm gonna take what I learned and what I learned in OKC and try to become that leader. Try to become that guy. And it didn't work that way. All it is now, he's turned into LeBron. Ring chasing more than anything else. So that's what he turned into. And that's what it is with the Durant. I wish him the best. Will Phoenix be a contender? Yeah, but the problem is they ain't gonna have no defense. And my thing is, yeah, they're gonna get there. They got a chance to get to the finals, yeah. But my pick is gonna still stand. I'm still going with the Memphis Grizzlies going to the finals. I'm still sticking with it. I'm still sticking with it, bro. I'm still sticking with the Memphis Grizzlies. Y'all gonna respect them boys, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. All I'm gonna tell you is you can laugh. You can laugh. You can laugh.
I'm laughing.
You can laugh. But let me tell you right now.
You don't care about nobody in the West. You good in the West. You good.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not Ja.
But you right.
I'm not. Listen to me. I'm not Ja. Okay. I know how good the West can be, but you got an experienced squad in Memphis that can make it deep. And I'm telling you now, They stay healthy. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about them. They had basically the 3 best players out a couple days ago against the oh my God.
My boy
Look,
Mick. My boy Mick.
oh my God. Look, 3 of the best players was out. They went against Toronto. They expected to lose the game. Yeah. They lost the game, but lost by 3. What they tell you? That's a good team, a good coach. You gonna respect the Grizzlies.
I never
I'm
said I
telling you
didn't
now.
respect them.
I'm like this.
Because
Look,
I said if John
if
isn't hurt, they
if
beat the
I'm
Warriors in that series.
if I'm wrong, okay, if I'm wrong, I'll be wrong like 2 left shoes. I'm going on a limb of what I seen last year, the progress of that team, and this season for them to elevate. They're still at the 2 spot in the West. Now, Denver has made a worthy statement that they are the favorites in the West.
They're healthy.
And they're very healthy. And I'm hoping they stay healthy because that is a very dangerous team that should have been in this spot years ago. But now I think this is their chance. So Denver is the one team that could really, really stop Memphis. It's going to be a hell of a series. Like I said, Phoenix, they'll be there. But will everybody be healthy? Because Devin Booker has been out extended period of time. And then we don't know what kind of DeAndre Ayton you're going to get.
I got him, Mick. I got him. I'm going to answer.
Yeah, we don't know what kind of DeAndre Ayton you're going to get. That's the biggest thing. If he don't be the DeAndre Ayton that got him to the finals, then Phoenix in trouble. Because the fact of the matter is, Chris Paul can do what he can, but he's older. Durant's probably going to average 40, and it's not going to be enough. But we'll see down the line. I think Phoenix is going to be there. Don't get me wrong. They are going to be there. But I think still the Memphis Grizzlies are going to the NBA Finals. And I think they have a chance to win it all. But at the same time, it's going to be tough because whoever comes out in the East, they're going to be definitely the favorites. And I think it's going to be out of Boston and Milwaukee.
That's it. That's it for the East.
That's it. That's bottom line. Those are the top 2 in the East.
I'm going to say this, bro. I'm going to say this, and we'll go to our last topic about the Super Bowl. I'm going to say this. Everybody keeps saying about Phoenix's defense. Jay Crowder hasn't played with Phoenix all year. He's been upset with the contract. Mikal Bridges was pretty much your best defender, wing defender for sure. So they shipped him away. I think your best off the bench player, best shooter off the bench that you got rid of, I think that was another mistake. I would have tried to keep Cam Johnson and try to get rid of somebody else. Because Cam Johnson is a sharpshooter from 3. He can shoot that ball. He's going to be missed for sure. But with that being said, you're adding a top 3 superstar in the whole world in Kevin Durant. And like I said, you got to have open shots for Durant and Devin Booker because you cannot double team either one of those guys.
And then the thing about Booker as well, even when he's healthy, he's not playing the way he played a couple years ago. And that's not good when you're just averaging barely 15. That's not a good sign.
You wait till he get healthy and you watch. I promise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't let me say something. I don't hate Devin Booker at all.
I didn't think you did. I didn't think you did.
I like Devin. It's just the fact right now he's being inconsistent and plus not 100%. That's not a good sign when you're I can understand the health when you're inconsistent like that. Because a couple times I kind of took him on the same game and I was like, oh my God, that's the numbers? Like, wow. And that is just like straight up shaking your head on that.
To answer your question, Mick, hopefully Saturday. I'll talk to Tony later tonight or early tomorrow morning. All right. We're moving to the last topic for tonight. Sunday, Super Bowl. It is the Chiefs versus the Eagles. with Rihanna doing a halftime show for 13 minutes. It's gonna be better than that sorry performance from Beyonce a few years ago. But anyway,
Well, it's not gonna be. Well, it's gonna be a good performance because I know you like Ree, but it's not gonna be better than the hip hop Super Bowl performance last season, which was, oh my God,
that's great.
probably one of the top 5
Great.
best ever.
That was great. Yeah,
That and the
great.
Grammys was like hip hop 50th anniversary, and my New Orleans people, they have documentaries and events coming up. So be patient. New Orleans is gonna get some shine. Go ahead, my friend.
So I'm gonna start with you. What are your thoughts on the Super Bowl? Who do you have winning?
This is a historic Super Bowl in
Hold on,
itself.
wait. Let me stop for a second. Yes, Tiffany, a whole 13 minutes. I mean, it's usually a 15-minute show. She's doing it for 13 minutes. Yes. Pond the replay, whatever her song is, all them songs, is about to go down. And when she play that hard, yes, it's going down. She better play hard. That's all I gotta say.
I hope she played Better Have My Money. That's my thing right there.
I think she might
Pay me what you owe me.
20 seconds. Just play the chorus.
Yeah, just play that. But
go ahead, man. What you got?
I'm gonna say this, man. Anything better than Beyonce to be all good, but I'm not gonna talk about the GOAT of music. But I think this is a historic
GOAT of music.
Well, after what happened last Sunday, I'm not saying nothing bad no more about Beyonce at all. Period.
She can't sing, people.
We understand. I understand she's not the best vocalist, but performance wise, songwriting wise, and stuff.
Songwriting.
She
don't write no songs.
She did write songs.
No, she don't write songs. The people that write her songs, she don't give them credit. Ask the Dream.
And Neo.
And Neo too. That's a songwriter right there. That's a
songwriter. You're right.
Yeah, Neo. Yes.
Yep. So, but regardless of the fact, I think this is a historic Super Bowl.
Yes, two black
quarterbacks at a place where at first that didn't get rewarded a Super Bowl years and years ago because the state did not have MLK Day as a holiday.
Do they finally have it?
Arizona? They do. That's why they wouldn't have been rewarding them the Super Bowl a couple times. It was that and the new stadium. Gotcha. So Arizona now has MLK Day, and I think it's been maybe almost 10 years now since they have made that official.
Okay.
So, it took a long time. So there's a lot of history there. Yeah. It just reminds me of that one of my favorite Public Enemy songs, By the Time I Get to Arizona.
Yeah.
Deep song. But regardless of the fact, these two quarterbacks here making it historic, two brothers going against one another. Good. The only thing about it, they're on the same side of the ball. That's the Kelsey brothers. I mean, that's just unbelievable. That all these stories coming together, and that. I'm sorry, I had to interrupt myself and laugh at these comments. They coming at you, dog.
Mick, don't fall in the beehive, Mick.
Please.
Don't fall in the beehive, Mick.
Don't fall. The beat. I'm gonna tell you one thing, Jared. I keep telling you.
I ain't scared of the beehive. I fought them before.
You did?
Man, it was on Facebook, man. It was wild, bro. Oh yeah.
That might be something you're going to have to tell me off air on another podcast. That's an interesting story in itself. I do not want to be part of it. I've been a part of Twitter beef and part of Facebook beef, and I see how sometimes it's a little bit stressful, and I'm like, no. And I see how the beehive works, and I'm like, I don't want none of that. I'll say little facts or whatever, and I'm done with it. I'm not trying to do no other things and whatever. Like, do I think Beyonce sing? She can't really sing too much. She's not that good of a singer. A performer? Great performer. That's it.
She can entertain. She can entertain.
She can entertain. But regardless of the fact, this is going to be a very good Super Bowl, very good game, two great coaches. And I understand why you're going with Jared Hurts. I understand. Jared Hurts is over. I'm sorry.
Who is Jared Hurts?
Did I say Jared Hurts?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right, Trisha Boutique, Rihanna. Yes. Yeah.
Jalen.
Yeah. Go hard. Work.
You gonna be fanboying it on Sunday. I see it now. You're gonna be straight fanboying it. Singing up. Boy, if I see that on Facebook, boy, look. Like I done told people, this is the karaoke version of Keith Sweat right here. But I think Jalen Hurts has overcome a lot of things to get where he is. I really questioned him as a quarterback a little bit at Bama until he got to Oklahoma, and that made me change my mind about him. And he's got a lot of character. He's got much better throwing the football. And Philadelphia did something that's rarity to young quarterbacks, setting them something up for success. So, I mean, given the weapons he needs and for him to flourish, he's done unbelievable work. So I understand why you're going with him. But I'm going to go the other direction. I'm going to go with the GOAT. Soon to be the GOAT, the Michael Jordan of football, Patrick Mahomes, and the disrespect that he's been getting. Y'all gonna give him a name. He's gonna get MVP this year, and I hope he's got it tonight because I know the NFL Honors is on right now. So I hope he gets the MVP. It's unbelievable what he's done this year, throwing over 50 touchdowns with the weapons he has. And mostly the best player is Kelsey. All these other receivers, you got Valdez-Scantling, you got Juju Smith-Schuster. Some way, somehow, you piped them down this year. You piped them down. We didn't see no Twitter, no smack talk, none of that. See, that's what happens when you have a winning culture. When you have a winning culture, you're going to take people that's toxic and be like, okay, you're going to sit down right here and we're going to tell you something right now. You're going to chill out with that stuff or not. See, that's what business people come in. See, that's the difference when Kevin Durant came to Golden State. Nick Young and what's that boy there? JaVale McGee. We don't play that here. So that's what it is when you have a winning culture. You're going to have certain, it ain't about fighting. It's about the respect. Because plain and simple, they are held to a higher standard. And the thing is, we're going to hold you accountable if you do something wrong. But we want you to stay straight and handle your business because we're on another level right now. And we want you to get on the level where we are. And that's what it is in Kansas City. So Patrick Mahomes, with not the best weapons, but he's making them so great. And the plays he made, and especially in the AFC Championship game, give that man his respect. Put some respect on his name. I'm going with the Chiefs in a shootout. In a shootout and a great one. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go highest Super Bowl scoring ever since the Patriots and Eagles. 42-35. Final score, Kansas City.
42-35.
42-35.
All right.
I just wish Jalen Hurts well. I think it's gonna be a great game. I know you're gonna go with Jalen because that's your boy. That's your Bama boy. Regardless of him going to Oklahoma, that's your boy. So you got your Jalen Hurts jersey, my friend?
Nah, my homegirl from Philly didn't get it for me. I gotta get
you could go get
I
that.
could.
You go get it. Go get it since you're a Jalen fan.
Go get it. Nah.
Dude, go get it, dog. You got it.
Anyway.
The only one jersey I want, and that's coming up this season. I want that Colorado number 2 Shedeur Sanders. That gray one looks so freaking fresh when he took them pictures. I want that because I'm just going to represent Coach Prime and see what he can do with that Colorado team. Just in support. That's all it is, But that jersey looks so fire. That's the only one I want to get. And I do want to get a DeMar Hamlin one of these days. I really do. because of the attribute of what he's doing and over what he's overcoming in his life. So that's the two biggest jerseys. But I still need to go get that Jay Briscoe shirt they got right now. I need to go get that. I really do.
All right, my turn. Patrick Mahomes will be the GOAT. And he got Scantling. He got the dude that only could do something when he played with Antonio Brown. What's his name again? Oh, yeah, Juju Smith-Schuster. And then he has the greatest tight end of all time. Yes, he has Travis Kelce. Oh, McCole Hardman. Yeah, he's on injured reserve. He's not playing. Oh, Clyde Edwards-Helaire is off of injured reserve, but he's not going to be used much. I guarantee you that. Pacheco and what's my boy name? The other running back. I can't think of his name.
I know you're talking about though.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They're gonna do some damage. But they're going up against the number one passing defense in the league. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson at safety been a dog. Darius Slay and Bradbury, two key corners that they have. People talk about they're like two of the best. I don't go that far, but I think they're good. They're very good. And then you got the D-line. You got the linebackers. Brandon Graham's there. Hassan Reddick. Bruh. I think KC is in a lot of trouble. I really think so. And Patrick Mahomes will win the MVP. But let me make this known to the world. If Jalen Hurts didn't get hurt, Jalen Hurts will be winning the MVP, period. It would not be Patrick Mahomes. But don't worry.
Even if he's healthy, I think Pat was still winning. I think I'm like this. Jalen, listen to me. Jalen, let me tell you something. Jalen Hurts was on his way. He was on his way. Don't get me wrong. He was, even if he was healthy, he was on his way. I even said it earlier in the season. He's making an effort to be the top. I said to myself, he's the top candidate to be MVP. I said it myself. Even if he's healthy, he would be on his way. But when I heard the numbers of what Mahomes did, I don't care how healthy Jalen Hurts is. A year like he's having with the fewer weapons he's got, no way in hell. I'm like, I would want to give it to Jalen. But after hearing those numbers, I'm like, I'm sorry, Jalen. I gotta give it to him this year. I have to. I'm sorry. This is almost ungodly what you do.
Give it to him. But you're forgetting something else. You're forgetting something else that Jalen Hurts does that Mahomes cannot do as well and doesn't have those many touchdown numbers. Jalen Hurts can rush the ball and he gets rushing touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, like I said, was going to be MVP this season if he didn't get hurt. But like I said, that's okay. Because Jalen Hurts is about to get the job done on KC's defense with the weapons he has. And Gainwell, Boston Scott, Sanders, A.J. Brown, Smith, Goddard.
Sanders.
Yeah, I said that. Sanders. Miles Sanders.
Okay.
And Goddard.
Okay.
Philadelphia Eagles will be your Super Bowl champions. Count on it. Jalen Hurts, MVP.
Well, I hope your dreams come true on Sunday. If your dreams don't come true, maybe next season. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Philly's young. Philly's real young. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't dreaming. I know it's happening.
Well,
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, like what my boy Rampage Jackson told Rashad Evans years ago. Know it, see it, dreaming Philly win the Super Bowl.
It's just like Philly coming out there, like Rampage Jackson against John Jones. I want my belt back and lost.
He knew he couldn't beat John Jones. He knew that. He knew.
I want my belt back. Nope. But I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be a great ball game. No disrespect to the Philly defense. The Philly defense is really good. Mickey Loomis, how you feel right now on that trade with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and look what Philly has done, gone to the bowl. You idiot. Yes, I said it.
Oh man.
Yes, I said it. Because I'm just being honest. Come on, man. It's dead giveaway. You know? I just can't stand dead giveaways. And look what's going on. Like I said, pay the man. He could help out with the defense. He still make good big plays for you.
Yeah.
And everything else. He could have helped out Tyron if you sign him. But all of a sudden, he could have helped. Now Tyron is older, but
you can't help that.
You think
you can't help that? That's sad. They can't cover, don't want to tackle. Nah, bro.
But at the same time, he didn't like if you have Gardner Johnson, he wouldn't have to cover.
Yes, you do. Safety's got to cover these days.
No.
Just one, and then you got cover two. You got to protect, cover your own.
No, I understand. I understand. No, Jared. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying about that. This is what I'm saying. I get what you're talking about, but I'm talking about him as the nickel, as in somebody like I could cover a little, but not a lot. Like use him like the guy from like Rod Woodson or what's that guy that they used to play for Pittsburgh Steelers that was really, really good, especially off the edge and everything else.
Troy?
Yes. Being that kind of guy to hit the run, handle business on that, rush when you need to, cover a little bit, that kind of thing. Gardner Johnson be that guy to be a cover, you know.
Gardner try to lay your lights out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ain't trying to tackle nobody. That was a wasted signing. I'm sorry. I know. I'm friends with some of his cousins. They be mad with me. I know they be mad with me, boy. They be mad with me. Some of his cousins that I'm friends with on Facebook, they be mad, bro.
Oh, you talking about Tyron Matthews?
Yeah, I'm friends with some of them on Facebook. They be mad with me.
Look, if they're listening and watching the show, deep down, he went to my alma mater. I do what I can to stand for him. All I can tell you is this: the age just caught up with him, and that's what it is. You know, he's not. Yeah, look, you know, he's like you got to think he's a little older now. You know, he's a little past
never
his prime.
cover. He couldn't cover LSU. He just had instincts on the ball to make plays with fumbles and punt return, and then they blitz him every now and then. But the national championship game against Alabama, Nick Saban picked on him with a tight end. He never could cover. Sorry. He talk all this stuff about Tyron. I'm like, what y'all watch? And then when Madden put out their top 10 safeties every year, people mad like, where's Tyron? Because Madden know what the hell going on. Boy said. All right.
Enough of that. Because like I said, I just can't. I'm trying my best to stay it up for Tyron because he's alumni. I love him to death. It's hard, man, because like when you just don't see highlights that could just prove that you're a little bit better than you are. It's like it's hard for me to defend. It's really, really hard. You know what I'm saying? Now when he was in Kansas City, they put him in very, very good positions, and he did very, very well. And he did pretty good in Arizona too. Don't get me wrong. He did pretty good his first couple of years in Arizona. Don't you nod your head. He made 2 Pro Bowls. Don't you nod your head.
He made 2 Pro Bowls. Ryan Clark made a Pro Bowl. He should have never made in it.
Oh Lord!
He only made it because Adrian got hurt. That's it. He wouldn't even pick for it.
Now you're gonna go.
That's how Ryan.
Now you're gonna get on. Now you're gonna get on your fellow West Bank person, your fellow West Bank boy, and your alumnus.
My daddy played football with his daddy at Nichols. I mean, shucks, I went to Shaw. I'm cool with Chaz, but I'm just gonna speak the real on this show. That's it. Ryan Clark made the Pro Bowl because Avery got hurt. That is it. He wasn't picked for it.
Now what you think about Ryan Clark's career, football career, like as in the NFL?
Average.
It wasn't
Just
that
average.
bad? Okay.
Just average. I don't
Okay.
think Ryan Clark was all that great of a safety. I think he was just average. To be honest with you. No disrespect to him, but just average.
He looked like he was the same hard hitter at Shaw just a little bit, especially when he was in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? We seen some lot of hits he laid some people out and stuff like that. Kind of remind me when he was at Shaw, man, the way he was doing the same thing. So it was kind of good to really see. You know what I'm saying? So that was really, really a good thing at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you're being honest and everything. I remember Ryan Clark was on my show, on the VK Jones show years and years ago. He was on there a couple times. He came on there. He kept saying this one thing, and I had to laugh every time. Oh, we beat St. Aug my senior year in basketball. We won state and everything. And I was like, you gonna keep talking about that, dog? I'm like, Aug used to run that cat league in basketball for a long bleeping time. But you gonna talk about that one moment and don't realize you graduated the same year I did same year as I did in high school. And in football, we played you 5 times in your 4 years, and you have a losing record against the Purple Knights. And you don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about that one victory in that state title ring. Well, you can keep that state title ring for all I care. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you could go upon that. But your sport, your main sport, you have a losing record against the crosstown rival, which your cousin graduated to, which is one of my classmates. And let me make you laugh. The cousin is one of the dudes that play for Dillard baseball team. His dad, they cousins.
Okay.
So knowing that, yeah, you a sick man because you lost a couple of them boys you know already.
Right, Ryan not sick. He got a Super Bowl ring, dog.
Look, he got a state championship ring and a Super Bowl ring. So he's living his best life. He's on ESPN. He's doing this thing. I'm never gonna hit on Ryan. You know what I'm saying? I'm just laughing because the fact of the matter is you forgot. Don't forget sometimes about the bad.
He didn't forget.
See, the thing about me,
he wasn't gonna mention it, bro. That's all.
See, of course nobody ain't gonna mention it. See, the difference between me and everybody else, I'm gonna give you the good, but I'm gonna give you the bad too. Because I'm gonna be honest with you sometimes. There's certain bad things, and I get what Ryan did. There's some bad things I don't want to talk about, which I'm not gonna put out there. Because I keep things to myself, and I give props to Ryan on that. Because sometimes certain things you don't want to talk about, keep it in the underground. Keep it underground. That goes with you too, Jared. Just you don't want to talk about it, don't talk about it. Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. So, but no hate on RC. He's doing his thing. I just wish he had a podcast with him and Marcus Spears, not him and Daniel Cormier. No knocking Daniel Cormier. They got a nice podcast, but I was hoping him and Marcus Spears because it makes perfect sense.
I'm gonna say this. Shout out to the whole Clark family, Mr. Mike, Chaz, Ryan, Jasmine. Shout out to all of them. I'm cool with them. I don't know Ryan too much, but I know his dad, and I know Chaz for sure. Me and Chaz school. Chaz's son starts cornerback at Helen Cox. So shout out to the whole Clark family. And like I said, no disrespect to Ryan. From my end, it's just my opinion of what I think. Now,
and I think Ryan's son is
Arizona State.
I think he has one more year coming up, I believe.
Yeah.
He's been working hard. But RC, you always have an invitation to come on. Hash it out. If you want to come on. I understand you might have some obligations, which myself, who has been in the media a long time, which is understandable. But we didn't already talk to some of the people. But Ryan, the invitation is open anytime, brother. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. Hit me up anytime if you're ready.
Let me ask you this question before we get out of here.
Yes, sir.
When do the brackets for the girls basketball come out? It gotta be.
It's probably gonna be Sunday, most likely. I'm thinking because I think the playoffs might start maybe Monday or something like that. The brackets don't. I don't know. I think the brackets might come out. I wouldn't be surprised maybe Saturday or something. But I think I'm a double check and see because actually, let me see. Let me check the
I
incident.
kind of, if they come out Saturday, I kind of want to get on sometime Saturday.
Hold on. Here we go. Playoff pairings will be Tuesday. Wait a minute. Is it? Trying to think. The 13th is when?
The 13th is so today's the 9th. The 10th is Friday, 11, 12. 13th is Monday.
13th is Monday. Yep. So the parents will come out Monday. The by-district rounds will start on the 16th, and that's a Thursday.
Okay.
First round will start Thursday for the girls. So Monday, the parents will be Monday, and that's where the brackets will come out. And breaking news: Patrick Mahomes, NFL MVP.
Only because Jalen Hurts got injured.
The GOAT, baby!
All right. So look, Monday. Let's do Monday, 8 o'clock. A very quick show. Let's pick who we think going to the championships and try to pick first round games quickly. That's 10 different divisions. So very quickly, like pick who we gonna win.
Yes.
For the girls.
Yes, I think Monday is I think Monday's 8 o'clock sounds perfect to me because I don't think I have any games until Tuesday because I gotta go to Mississippi.
All right, cool.
For that one. So Monday would be good. I should be done with practice no later than 5 because we're getting ready for a Thursday game.
Right.
So I think Monday's perfect. If you want to make it quick, that's fine. If you want a guest, just a girls coach to talk about where they stand and they're gonna play, it's on you if you want to do that. Because I know we're gonna have to wait till after the season to get Alondra Brown, and I know that's a tough loss they had tonight.
Yeah.
But we would love to have one of the coaches on. I could definitely try to get Ponchatoula's coach if you want to have her or any kind of girls coach.
How are you looking Tuesday and Wednesday?
Tuesday, I'm most likely got to go to Mississippi for this BRCC Southwest Mississippi game. Wednesday, I'm about to tell you now what I got Wednesday. I think Wednesday I'm good. Because, like I said, I don't have Nunez until after this weekend, next Saturday back in Chalmette. So it'll be Tuesday if I gotta go out near like Macomb for this ball game.
All right.
So I think Wednesday will probably be the best day for me. Thursday, Harris got a football game.
Yeah. All right. So this is what we do. Monday, we'll do the brackets. Wednesday, let's try to get at least 2 guests for 30 minutes each. I'll look through the schools and I'll tell you, let's try to get this person in. We'll go from there. You know how we do it.
Yeah. Let's plan that.
Yeah.
That'll be our 2 shows for the week.
Yep.
And then down the line we'll look at, because I know the boys is coming up because next week will be their last week of the season.
That's right.
So we're gonna plan accordingly, but I know Monday and Wednesday looks good for me.
All right.
So
there it is.
Let me know a time on Wednesday.
I got you. All right, everybody, that is the end of the show. 2 hours and 25 minutes. Yeah, end of the show. We'll be here Monday, and then
I'm sorry if I stretched it, y'all. It's my fault. He didn't put the mute button. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, this time. No, I'm messing with you. Messing with you.
I used to do that a long time ago, and I had to stop, and that was bad of me.
You never did it to me, though.
So
you never did it to me.
No, I learned that lesson because I did it to one of my co-hosts, and we almost got into a fist fight, and I was like, I will not do that again.
There you go. Hope you apologize.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely, I apologize.
All right, everybody. For my man VK Jones, I'm JB, sports guy, who sent a chat at the end. Oh, all right, Tiffany.
And then we got an exclusive interview.
Go ahead. Yes.
It will be
Say that before we go. Yes.
exclusive interview. Oh, first of all, appreciate y'all continue to send your donations to the TH Harris football team. Exclusive interview, and we're gonna put this out tomorrow. It might be by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow morning, but we'll put the post up. Myself and Jared JB will have the post up. Have an exclusive interview with an NFL Hall of Famer, and it is Adrian James. Adrian James, we met him at the 2023 the Sugar Bowl prep tournament. His son Jizzle James was on the floor. He was actually MVP of the tournament out of the team out of Florida, Olympia High School. And I talked with him. He's good friends with one of my former St. Augustine teammates and everything. He has a lot of connections to some local players in New Orleans and stuff like that. And we set up an interview and everything else. And it was a undisclosed location and everything. And yeah, it was grateful to have him and to ask some questions and everything. It's a very, very good interview. I'm piecing it all together. And I'm just giving it to y'all right now in front that it's going to be out tomorrow. So be on the lookout. It will be on YouTube. We'll have it out there. We'll post it on YouTube and we'll post it on Facebook and all the social medias to check out this exclusive interview. Hash it out. VK Jones and Adrian James, the NFL Hall of Famer. So be on the lookout for that interview tomorrow. Hopefully we go viral with this interview and we continue to keep rising and blowing up on the Hash It Out show. So be on the lookout. The Hash It Out exclusive interview with Adrian James. It'll be out tomorrow.
Cool Breeze Bates, Coach Everett Bates. We had him on the show yesterday. Enjoyed having him on the show yesterday.
Shout out Coach Bates, man. I heard and I appreciate you asked about me, man. I'm everywhere, bro. Getting this work in, trying to finish school, my brother. Nah, it is, man. Wish y'all the best over at Haynes. Hopefully we'll try to catch a game, and I hope you caught that Curtis and Ponchatoula game tonight. That was a great ball game tonight.
Most definitely. Thanks, Coach Bates, for tuning in with us. Our special guest yesterday. Gonna have Haynes Academy girls in the playoffs. Yes, sir.
Can't wait.
Yes, my man VK. I'm a JB your sports guy. We're gonna see y'all Monday when we go through the brackets for the girls playoffs. Till then, y'all take care.